How to create digital NFT arts in Photoshop. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how you can create your very own NFTs in Photoshop. So having said that, let's just jump into the video. So first things first, over here as you can see I'm on Photoshop, and we're just simply going to go ahead and straight up jump into it. Now over here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new canvas. Right, to create a canvas, go into file or click on new. Usually when you open up Photoshop, it's going to ask you how you can create one. Usually when you open up Photoshop, it's going to ask you to create a canvas beforehand, but just telling you, if it doesn't, this is how you can do it. So over here, the things that we want to do is we want to keep the width and height all 24 by pixels. Right, we don't want inches, centimeters, millimeter points or anything. We just want to keep it at pixels, and both height and width should be at 24 pixels. You can increase the resolution if you feel like it, but I think that 300 is good, and this will be pixels per inches, so we can even go with like 400 or 300. It all depends on you. For now I think 300 is good, and then you have to keep the background transparent. We don't want a background color black or white or anything other than that. We just want a transparent background, and that's it. And once we've done that, we just name our project over here and click on OK. Boom, there you go. Now we have ourselves a blank canvas. And let me just zoom into it, and this is how it looks like. It's really small, it's really simple. So as you can see, currently the cursor is very big. That's like 32 pixels. So I'm just gonna go ahead and decrease the size of my pointer to a single pixel, and there we go. So this is a single pixel over here in the canvas. Let me just go ahead and show you how it looks like. Boom, that's single dot right there. That's a pixel. Really small. Now to create a type of NFT, you got to know what you want to create. So if you're trying to create something like a 3D art or something like that, then you can find those types of images from this website called yellowimages.com. They have pretty nice mock-ups of different materials and different elements. You can go ahead and download them for a certain price, and then you can edit and make a art out of them however you want. So it's pretty simple, it's pretty cool. So for example, like if you come over here on some mockups or with 3D models, then you will see we have all these different 3D models. And if you want like an 360-degree ones, then you can also find that as well. So over here, I think in PNG images, they have like 360-degree images over here, like this one. For example, if we take this futuristic elephant, now this is a 360-degree. We can go ahead and drag it around, we can rotate it, go up and down, view everything. So currently it's still loading up, so let it load up. There you go. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. When you download it, you will be able to move it or rotate it and use it however you feel like it. So if you want to make something like that, you can go ahead and do that as well. So you could also create like a skull one as well, but it all depends on you. So for me, I just want to simply create an NFT. I don't want to go too crazy over here. So I'm just simply going to create like a CryptoPunk type style of NFT. So just simply going to go ahead and do that because I know how to create that. Don't know how to create other ones, but I'm pretty sure if you know how to, use Photoshop, you can go ahead and do that. So for me, I'm just simply going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here, create a new layer. And from here, I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we want to create an ear over here. Go over here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go with the head curve over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we come from the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. That's how we do it. We have ourselves an NFT. We can create a little bit more actually. Let me do that real quick. So let me move this up real quick. There we go. I think this would look good. Let me grab the pencil tool again and decrease the pixel size. Now we just delete this adjustment layer that we created for keeping it centered. Now that it's centered, we can go ahead and delete that. Now that we have this outline, now we just simply create the face. So for the face, I'm just simply going to go with 1, 2, and 3. This is for the mouth. 1, 2. This is for the nose. And then 1 and 2. This is for, you guessed it, the eyes. Maybe even create this one so that it's 4. Now that what we're going to do is, now that we have like an outline, now what we're going to do is we're going to color it. And to color it, we're just simply gonna color it in. We're gonna get a skin type of color. So let me just write over here, skin color code. This is the code right here. I'm simply gonna copy it, go back to Photoshop, choose the color I want, paste the color over here, click on OK, boom, there we go. Now I just paste it. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, filling it won't take a lot of time. You could use like a bucket tool, but what I've noticed is that bucket tools tend to, bleed out over the edges. So then you just have to go ahead and, get a razor tool and just fix it. So it's better to just use the pencil tool, because right now the pixels are really big and it just takes you a couple of seconds to, actually fill it in. So as you can see, boom, there we go. Now that we have this one ready, now what we want to do is we want to create a new layer, and we want to create like a background, right? We're going to put this down over here. Actually, before we create a background, we're going to create a folder, and we're going to call this folder face, and we're going to put this face layer inside that folder. There we go. Now we want to create a background. So for the background, it all depends on you what type of background you want. I want to create like a gradient color. So I'm going to choose the gradient, and I'm going to choose the layer. 1 point over here and 1 at the bottom corner over here. There you go. We have a gradient background. We're going to go ahead and create a new one and a new one and a new one, like 4 different backgrounds. And over here, I'm going to choose, these are the basic ones. Then these were the blue ones. I want to create like a purple one. So for the purple one, choose whichever you feel like it. I feel like this would look really cool. So now again, 1 point in one corner, the other point in other corner. Boom, there you go. Now we create one for this one. So I'm going to do this for another layer, and I'm going to create like 2 or 3 more, and then I will move on to the next part of the video. And boom, there you go. So now we have our 4 backgrounds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to call this folder backgrounds. I'm going to click on enter, and I'm just simply going to put all of these layers inside that background. There you go. Now I want to create another layer, and I want to create like, let's say glasses over it. So for this one, we just select the layer and we put like the original face layer behind it for the, overlap. And we can also do maybe add some eyes over it as well. So for that, we choose the pencil tool over here. Like we could put this one over here so that it looks like an eyes, like he's looking at something. If you want, you can go ahead and do that. It's totally fine as well. And once you have done that, we can go ahead and start creating glasses. So for glasses, we'll just go with something like this right here, then with something like this. Boom, there we go. And then we want something over here, like over the ear. Boom, there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to just simply color in. So let's go with the blue glasses, like this one and this one. Pretty simple, right? Now we do this for another one as well. I'm gonna create another layer, do the exact same thing, but with white. Let me actually choose the color over here. Here we go. So now I'm just simply gonna go ahead and fill this out, and I will catch you guys in a second. I'm gonna create another couple of glasses like this, and then we can move on to the next part of the video. So now you've created a background, and now you've created some glasses. Now what you can do is you can maybe create a new layer, and you can create like hats. So for hats, it can be anything. So let's go with a different color. Let's go ahead and create like a beanie type of hat, like we come over here, we're going to go over here. We're going to go over here. We're going to go over here. Then we're going to go over here. Boom. There you go. Now we have the hat, but I don't want to create like a white hat. Let's go with a little bit of gray color, like this one. Looks pretty cool. Looks really well. Now we create another layer. And for this one, we create something else, like maybe aquamarine-ish type of green color, like this one. No, it's a little bit bright. Like maybe this one. No, it's still a little too much. Maybe like a darker color. Here we go. Like this one, and we'll just, move on. We'll create another layer, and this way we're going to create another layer and create a couple of more hats. Then we'll create the folder, and then I'm going to tell you how you can export them. And once you've created all of your layers, what you're going to do is you're going to right click on each layer, and you're going to duplicate the group. And over here in documents, you're going to create a new one, and you're going to create the name, accordingly to that layer. So for backgrounds, I'm going to call it BG, or short for background. I'm going to click on OK. What it's going to do is it's going to create a new layer, but see how short it is? It's really small. So to fix this problem, we're going to click on images, and we're going to click on image size. And over here, we're going to increase the size of the images to 1000. This way it's going to, appear this like really big one over here, as you can see, like this. But what we're also going to do is, as you can see, for me, it's nearest neighbor hard edges. And we're going to keep it at this one. But if you choose, let's say, automatic, then it's going to look like this. Very weird type of blurry image. We don't want that. We want to keep it at the nearest hard neighbor edges. We're going to click on OK. It's going to increase the size of the image by 10 folds over here, up to 10,000 pixels. And this is how it's going to look like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the group, click on new, hats over here. Oh, sorry, this is background, so we're going to call it BG, short for background. And as you can see, now it's a little bit bigger. Same thing we're going to do with the face one as well. Duplicate the layer, new, face, go on OK. Same thing we're going to do with the other two layers, and then we're going to show you how to export them. And boom, once you have, exported and duplicated all of your layers, we're going to click on File. We're going to go to Export, and we're going to click on Layers to Files. It's going to open this up. We're going to go into Browse, and we're going to browse, where we want to export these files. So over here, I already created a file. Let me just see where I put it. Here we go. I already have this folder where I have a bunch of different other ones. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to keep the file type to PNG24. And I don't want, the trims. I want to keep these two blocks unchecked. You're going to do that as well. And you're going to keep the transparency as well. Everything looks good. Just simply click on Run, and boom, there you go. Now hats are being exported, and once they're exported, they're going to tell you that the files were successfully exported. And then we're going to go ahead and see if they actually were exported. Over here, as you can see, we have some new files that were recently exported. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and, turn these files into NFT. So I'm going to go ahead and export, the rest of the files as well. And then I'm going to show you how you can turn them into NFTs. And there we go. Now that we have everything, exported, such as the background over here, the hats, now we're good to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this, website called NFT Art Generator, or nftgenerator.art. And over here, what we're going to do is we're simply going to, upload all of our files. So for background, we're going to upload all of the background over here. As you can see, the first layer is already created over here. So now we're going to create another layer. We're going to call this hats. Then we're going to create a face layer. And then we're going to create a glasses layer. So we have face, glasses, hats, and background. Boom, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just simply going to upload all of our, things. So for glasses, I'm going to input the eyes over here. For face, I have the face over here, the single face. Some of these files I had created previously as well, so don't worry. Then we just upload all of our hats. There we go. Now that everything is done, we just simply click on the preview to preview the file and see how it looks like. So as you can see, it doesn't really look good. So for me, I'm simply gonna put the face over here and see how it looks like. Nothing happens. All right, I'm gonna put this over here, maybe like this as well. Then we're gonna click on preview. Now it looks good. Now we just simply input our collection size. So, maybe like 100 over here, as you can see. And then we just simply click on generate. And before we do that, we can even set the rarity settings. So for each individual, element for each hat. So you can go ahead and do that. Maybe if you want, you can go ahead and make a certain element common and make a certain element rare. It all depends on you. Over here is going to be the rare side, and over here is going to be the the common side. So it all depends on you. So once everything looks good, just simply click on generate. And as you can see over here, it's generating your 100 NFT collection. And once it's generated, you can go ahead and download it. So that is it. Was this video, guys? That is how you create your NFT art and Photoshops. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment sections down below, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as possible. So having said that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.